I'm on a new level. Alright guys, what's up and welcome back to another video, man. Today, we got UFC Fight Night, Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. Bellator is also doing some really dope things, so we're definitely going to check all of that out. Let's just jump right into it, man. So with the UFC, this Fight Night is, honestly, it's pretty decent. I would say the prelims are not too crazy. There weren't too many names that really stood out to me. In the main card, however, we do have side number Nurmagomedov fighting Jonathan Martinez. I think this fight is gonna be pretty sick. Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann they were actually supposed to fight a few weeks back. They were actually supposed to be headlining the last fight night, but I believe Krylov got sick or caught something, and so now they pushed it to this fight week. Or this fight night, excuse me. But this is a matchup I'm definitely looking forward to. I think it'll be pretty decent. They're both light heavyweights that are on their way up. Ryan Spann beat Dominic Reyes in incredible fashion his last time out. Krylov's coming off two huge wins off of Alexander Gustafsson and Ozdemir, so he's well on his way up. Same way Ryan Spann. I think this matchup is gonna be super stupid lit. I think as far as my prediction goes, I'm gonna go with Krylov. Even though Ryan Spann looked amazing against Dominic Reyes, Krylov, I believe, is just better. He's a better chin on him. Also, Krylov's striking, I believe, is better than Spann's. Spann, I think, is just gonna be going for that one punch counter, and I just think Krylov's just way better on his feet, and so Spann won't even be able to get that off, or as clean of a hit off. But this should be a fun fight. Then, I mean, this Alexander Volkov versus Romanov fight at heavyweight is also pretty decent. I can't believe Volkov's all the way ranked number 8 now. I remember when he used to be a beast. But honestly, I think this fight is gonna end in a finish one way or the other. But moving on to the main event of the night, Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. This is a must-watch fight. Like, I feel like whenever top 10 bantamweights fight, you gotta watch those. Just because whoever wins could either be a future belt holder, or they could legitimately fight for the belt like their next fight out. Like, I think if Petr Yan wins, next fight could potentially be a title shot. I think the UFC is still gonna give him another fight, and then he could be able to go for the title again. But either way, bantamweight, in my personal opinion, I think bantamweight is the best division right now, and literally top 10, top 15, absolutely stacked. This fight, I actually made a short on it, so definitely go check that out. But basically on there, I called it like a prototypical striker versus wrestler matchup. Petr Yan has amazing technical boxing, easily one of the best boxers in the UFC, if not the best boxer. Merab, on the other hand, amazing wrestler. Also, Merab's pressure is absolutely insane. Like, we saw it in his fight against Jose Aldo, where he would literally shoot every single second until Aldo just kind of gassed out and the fight was over. But Merab's tank is ridiculous. Granted, he hasn't really done it for 5 rounds as of yet, but the conditioning that Merab does, the shape that he's in, and also just his style of wrestling, dude's always on go. He's always just gonna push his fighter to the fence, just literally just grind on him on the fence until he's able to take him down. When he gets a takedown, he's gonna take him down, just grind him out on the ground. Dude is absolutely relentless. He is an absolute beast. But he is fighting Petr Yan, who also, like him, doesn't get tired. Dude is dead-ass determinator. The only, I guess, knock on Petr Yan would be that during the first few rounds, he's always just calculating his opponent. He's not really rushing anything, and so because of that, he does start off kind of slow. And Merab, on the other hand, starts the fight out just gassing it. So what's super interesting about this fight is that I think the first 2 rounds Merab's gonna take, last 2 rounds Petr Yan's gonna take. So the question is, the 3rd round, who does it go to? Like, honestly, I think that's just how close this fight is gonna be. I think whoever wins this is gonna go to decision, and they will just win because of one significant round. I could totally see Petr Yan finishing Merab, or Merab finishing Petr Yan. But if it does go to decision, it's going to be super, super close. Me personally, I don't see a finish in this fight. I think it will go to decision, but I'm hoping that'll be a tough, just hard-fought victory for whoever does end up on top. And so for this fight, as far as a prediction goes, I want to go with Petr Yan, mainly because he's been screwed over his however many previous fights. But also on the other hand, Merab is the better wrestler. Usually wrestlers do come out on top. Like, I think another key component to this is that Merab trains with Aljo. And the first one, I'm not going to count that fight because Aljo, he was on his way to losing before Peter hit him with the illegal knee. But the second fight, Aljo definitely won. And so I'm sure that Aljo's telling Merab exactly what the game plan was, exactly what he did. Merab probably helped Aljo train for that fight. And so I think because of that, Merab's already coming in with a game plan. He's coming in with, okay, what did Aljo actually do to get the victory? Like, he has the blueprint laid out for him perfectly. And so because of that, if Merab executes how Aljo did, I could easily see him taking it. But if Jan's like, okay, these are the mistakes I made against Aljo, this is what I needed to get better at, this is what I actually did get better at, and if Jan's at least able to defend some of the wrestling from Merab, I could totally see Peter winning, man. And like, I mean, at least on paper, that's legit how close this fight is. So yeah, man, with all that being said, I do hope Peter wins. I would love to see that. Overall, I just hope it is how I think it's gonna be, and it's a super close, tough fight, and may the best man win. Now, this is the first time I'm actually talking about Bellator on the channel, man. But Bellator is doing some really, really cool stuff. So, depending on when this video comes out, it's either today, the day this video dropped, or yesterday, if this video goes live on Saturday. Bellator has their Lightweight World Championship, as well as the first round of the Lightweight Grand Prix. So this Lightweight World Championship is going to be absolutely crazy. Because Usman Nurmagomedov, for those of you guys who don't know, is actually Khabib's cousin. And Benson Henderson, for those of you guys who don't know, is the former UFC Lightweight Champion. So this fight is going to be absolutely crazy. I believe even in Usman's corner, Islam's going to be cornering him. There's a few other just crazy people from their gym who are cornering Usman. Like, this fight's going to be absolutely insane. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about is this Lightweight World Grand Prix. So to bring you guys up to speed, there are 8 people competing in this literally bracket-like tournament. You obviously got Benson Henderson as well as Usman Nurmagomedov, the two people fighting for the belt this Friday. But then there's also some crazy people in here like AJ McKee, who in my personal opinion, I could totally see him winning. Also, we got Pitbull. There's like, this whole thing is super stacked. It's super sick. And the best part about this is Bellator was literally like, okay, if you guys think that you could fight for the belt or even win the belt, just enter the tournament. There's 8 people. Whoever wins the tournament wins the belt, wins, I believe there's like $1 million grand prize. But this tournament idea is so sick. Like, imagine if the UFC had something like this. Just going into the lightweight division in the UFC, imagine if there was a tournament with Islam, Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler, Fiziev, Gamrot is ranked 7th right now, and then I would probably add Volk in here. Or so, actually, forget Gamrot, but like, imagine if you have the top 6, Islam and Volk, in one tournament. So imagine if all these people are in a tournament, whoever wins the belt, wins $1 million. Like, I think this, like, if the UFC ever did it, I know for a fact Dana White would never do some shit like this. But if a tournament like this went down, it would be so sick, which is why I am so excited for this Bellator Grand Prix. First of all, it's an amazing idea, but then also just from like an entertainment perspective, from a fight perspective, if all 8 of these dudes think that they deserve the belt, they think they could easily win the whole tournament, I would just love to see it. But yeah, bro, if the UFC implements something like this, I think it'd be super sick. I'm just so happy that Bellator decided to do it. And this card in general, like, even as a whole, like, MVP's on this card, so I'm definitely gonna be watching it. Obviously I already covered the World Championship, then the first round of the Grand Prix. Like, I think this is super sick. Shout out Bellator for even doing this, for coming up with this idea. But yeah, man, if you guys didn't know about it, definitely go check this shit out, man. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Covered UFC Fight Night, covered some Bellator. I am still doing daily videos, man. So go check all those out on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. As always, be sure to check out all the links in the bio. It leads to something I'm working on. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.